Welcome to the assembly tutorial for the ABM90 pipeline mapping system. This high-precision equipment yields the best measurement results when applied in the following recommended manner. Please take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with the equipment and the recommended assembly procedures. The standard system case contains an orientation measurement unit, or OMU, a USB stick with system software, one control unit, one data transfer cable, two rechargeable batteries with charger, tools and spare components, and a manual and quick reference guide set. Before inserting the battery, check that the water seal is present and in good condition. Remove the O-ring from the battery compartment, insert the battery, and press gently. Then, place the O-ring behind the battery. This system can be fitted with a selection of centralizing and invert wheel sets. When the pipe is in good condition, does not contain any lateral connections or large internal welds, the centralizing wheel set is the recommended choice. For this tutorial, we will use the WUS0320 wheel set. This set actually contains two sets, the WU0308 set, and the WU0820 set. The WU0308 wheel set can map pipes with an inner diameter of 80 mm up to 200 mm. There are three settings to cover this range, which are clearly indicated on the quick reference guide. For the lower two settings, the arms are assembled in the inside position. For the third setting, the arms must be moved to the outer position. Make sure that all arms are always assembled in the same setting. For the two largest diameter settings, the smaller 30L wheels need to be replaced by the larger 50L wheels. The toolbox contains the necessary tools to replace the wheels. After removing the 30L wheel, insert the 50L wheel and gently push in the bolt. Place the lock nut and tighten, but make sure it is not tightened completely. You must be able to spin the bolt freely by hand. Also, double check that the two odometer wheels are mounted on the arms with the sensors and that the magnets face the sensor block. The WU0820 wheel set can map pipes with an internal diameter of 200 mm to 500 mm. The set is modular and selection of components depends on the internal diameter of the pipe. The quick reference guide contains a table for the recommended setup. Start by looking up the required diameter in the range table. Once you have found the correct range, the table indicates the size of the triangle required, the position of the arms on the triangle, and the wheel size. On the back of the quick reference guide you will find the assembly instructions. Let's assume that the internal diameter of the pipe is 300 mm. Consult the quick reference guide to determine the recommendations for the triangle's size, the position of the arms, and the wheel size. In this case, the recommended selection is the T1 triangle, with the arms placed in the second position, and fitted with the 100L wheel. Assemble the two wheel blocks of the set following the steps as shown in the quick reference guide. First, mount the triangle without the sliding bus to the rear block of the axle. Slide the second triangle onto the axle, and reassemble the spring and bolt combination as shown. Then, assemble the wheel arms combination using the lock pins. Make sure the anti-collapse stops are facing the axis. Ensure yourself again that all arms are in the same triangle position on both blocks. Now that both the OMU and the wheel set have been prepared, it is time to assemble the system. The rear end of the ABM90 OMU is the side that contains the battery. It is to this side that the wheel block with the odometers must be attached, so that the odometer cable can reach the plug. Screw the wheel block gently onto the OMU. This should go very light and easy. Never use force when assembling, as you will damage the screw thread. Once you feel tension from the O-ring, continue turning another quarter turn, and then until the next lock pin holes are aligned. Insert only one lock pin per side. Note that the odometer plug has 4 pins configured in an asymmetric pattern. Gently insert the plug and tighten by hand. Never use pliers to fasten or unfasten the odometer plug. To avoid damage to the cable, it is advisable to strap it to the OMU. When the pipe is in poor condition, has lateral connections or has very large welds, the invert wheel set is the recommended choice. Invert wheel sets can map pipes with an inner diameter of 150 mm and up. However, when mapping pipes with an internal diameter larger than 1000 mm, the probe may drift from left to right inside the pipe, so care is required in the operational procedure to avoid this as much as possible. Contact your supplier for bespoke solutions for very large diameter pipes. For the standard invert wheel sets, there is a selection of 4 wheel sizes, and 2 types of axle. Only the wheel with the diameter of 125 mm can be used for both axles. Select the recommended axle and wheel size for the internal diameter of the pipe. Prior to mounting the wheel, push the magnet ring into the wheel if this is not already fitted. Mount the wheel on the axle. Place the washer. Place the nut. And tighten the nut until it is tight. Then, turn back 1/4 turn so that the wheel rotates with ease. Assembling the system with the invert wheel set is similar to the assembly procedure with the centralizing wheel set. Never use force. And again, take note of the pin position of the odometer plug. This concludes the tutorial for the ABM90 pipeline mapping system. More details can be found in the manual and reference guides supplied with the system. In case of further questions, do not hesitate to contact your supplier or trainer.